Favorite factor moments. Roll it.
We have beefed up places along the border to try to stop the process
With all due respect, though, it's not working. Over the years, the Factor has confronted the most powerful people in America. We've done it respectfully, but with an edge no other news program has. If it's true that the Bush administration broke the law with the NSA taps, what are you guys doing? You haven't indicted them. There's been no anything. Well, so if that's true, what are you guys doing? Very important question. How far away is Iran from getting a nuclear weapon? If you learned tomorrow, and President Bush learned tomorrow, that they'd have it by the end of 2007, 18 months, what would you do? Do you have a plan?
That's what this building does, is planned.
Well, you do have a plan.
I didn't say that.
When this war widens, and it will, yes, and Saddam Hussein comes into play, and maybe Libya, and maybe Syria, and maybe the Sudan, and maybe even Iran, when all these come into play, are we going to be as united as we are now?
Oh, I think we will be.
Really?
Yeah, I think...
You guys aren't going to give Bush a hard time?
I think that we will be united with the president throughout this war on terrorism.
Our correspondents here at Fox News can't go out for a cup of coffee in Baghdad.
No, but the people...
That's tough.
It's tough.
The border's a sieve. From San Diego right out to Imperial County. People can come into California. Are you going to do anything about the border? If so, what?
We have to close the borders, make them tighter, and especially work on...
Yeah, but how do you do that? I mean, it's been going on now for 20 years. How do you do it?
You're a pretty savvy guy. You've been around Hollywood a long time. You never expected to be treated fairly, did you?
Of course not. No one really gets a fair shake. You have to negotiate the traps as best as possible.
We are also known for calling people on positions we think are damaging to America or are flat-out spin.
You wouldn't send your children to this war, Bill.
My nephew just enlisted in the Army. You don't know what the hell you're talking about.
Very good. Congratulations, Steve.
Yeah, and he's a patriot, so don't denigrate his service or I'll boot you right off the set.
In 98, Botsford gave James Chambers, 36 years old, okay, 4 to 6 for raping an 11-year-old. Now, you think 4 to 6, Mr. Ryan, is a just sentence for raping an 11-year-old girl? You don't think that's a fair sentence. I know you. You don't think that's fair. Why are you sticking up for this judge?
Why did you give the guy only probation?
Can't comment, I'm sorry.
Well, you could have given him 10 years, right?
Sorry, I can't comment.
O'Reilly's a piece of scum. I really wouldn't give any interview with the O'Reilly Factor. You could put that on there.
I wanted to ask you why you gave that child rapist only 60 days. What were you thinking?
Don't question my upbringing.
Bill, I would say that you were middle class. And
you would say. But you have no right to say that unless you come to my house in Levittown and visit there.
Wait a minute.
But you guys jumped the gun, demonized the police force, turned it into a racial issue. Do you think those 4 guys wanted to go out that night and kill a black guy? Is that what you think?
I think that those guys were so stressed. They'd already had, 2 of them had already had violent episodes.
With all due respect, I appreciate you coming on the program. But if I was the CIA, I'd follow you wherever you went. I'd follow you.
You don't know me. You don't know me.
It doesn't matter.
You don't
With
know
all of
me.
this circumstantial evidence.
If you don't know me, you can't judge me.
I would sacrifice myself, I'm not talking for any children, to remove the Taliban. Would you? Would you?
I would.
That's my next question.
No, I would be.
Would you sacrifice yourself to remove the Taliban?
I would be willing to sacrifice my life to track down the people that killed 3,000 people on our soil.
Yeah, that was Al-Qaeda who were given refuge by the Taliban.
We believe that the president should be a really smart guy with his own ideas.
Okay. I can tell you, I sat across from George Bush the same way I'm sitting across from you. He's not a stupid individual.
Why is it that black people get pulled over on the New Jersey Turnpike?
You want me to tell you? Okay, because the majority of people arrested for transshipping narcotics are black in New Jersey, so that they profile people out. That's the answer?
That can't hold up.
But we also like stories that get to the heart of the matter. Our condolences to you and your family. Your son is, of course, a hero and a patriot. Were you aware the president was going to single Ryan out and you out for praise?
We were just sort of winding down from the funeral and everything that happened around that, and then to have the president recognize Ryan, well, I was just very surprised and happy.
I don't think I could ever, if my daughter were killed like this, with so many things swirling around it. I don't know how you compose yourself, sir. I really respect you.
Just by seeing other kids walking around, I know that's what I need to do.
I don't want you to get too graphic, but you have to tell the audience what he did. What is a sexual assault in your mind?
He made me perform oral sex, and he also performed oral sex on me.
What I found very fascinating about your book was your horrendous childhood. 4 years old and you heard your mother getting shot by your father?
Yeah.
Can you remember that?
Yeah, I remember it.
So you go to therapy 4 times a week, and what is your goal there? What do you want specifically to get out from that?
To become more connected with people, to be a better father. That's really important to me.
And they tell me that you engaged in a sex act with another man in a stage in Miami. Is that true?
To a certain degree. To a certain degree.
You are trying to justify these parties when these parties are putting people at risk. And I'm not getting that. You should be saying, if you're, somebody who wants to cut down on AIDS transmission, hey, we'll have our parties, but we're not going to allow any illegal drugs in there, and you're going to behave yourself.
Illegal drugs don't equal unprotected sex.
Every study shows it's linked.
No, it does not. No, in fact, I'll tell you what the study shows. That's not true.
And you are being totally... Can I speak,
you moved
Richard?
HIV prevention out of the morning party.
Can you shut up for a minute?
All right, time out, fellas. If the school were to say, okay, James, you can come in looking like that every day, then anybody could come in, and it would be Halloween every day of the year. You see what I'm talking about? There has to be in any organization a code of dress and a code of appearance. Do you understand that?
Yes, I understand that.
When injected properly, it has nothing to do with being expressive.
All right, so you can be expressive, you're saying?
Absolutely.
All right, Miss Richmond, frown for me. I'm not seeing any lines there, doctor. Directly ahead, controversial baseball player John Rocker is now promoting English speaking.